Let me help you head off at the pass the 8 critical mistakes that almost every entrepreneur makes during the startup phase of their business. An entrepreneur has one of two choices: to live the dream or the nightmare. Here are the 8 critical mistakes at a high level to avoid living the nightmare. Number 1, not having a vision. Number 2, hiring the wrong people. Number 3, not spending time with your people. Number 4, not knowing who your customer is. Number 5, not charging enough. Number 6, not staying true to your core. Number 7, not knowing your numbers. And number 8, not crystallizing roles and responsibilities. Where this stems from is in the last 25 years, I've helped entrepreneurs build great companies, and I built an organization that we've helped tens of thousands of companies. And almost always when our client comes to us, they have made all or some of the 8 mistakes. And what we find ourselves doing is we're correcting those 8 mistakes. And what I want to do is I want to give you a jump start so that you know in advance when you take your entrepreneurial leap what these common mistakes are so you can completely avoid them. And we're going to take them one at a time. Mistake number 1 is not having a vision. And so this one's pretty straightforward, but what's common is the entrepreneur takes the leap, has a great idea, has a great product, has a great service, goes out there, sells a few, starts to build a business, throws people at the problem, and all along the way, they never really documented, captured, pinned down their vision, got out of their head and on paper what the vision is, and so they're kind of making it up real time. And in all of my research and my interviews, over 90% of all entrepreneurs started their business without a plan. They didn't have a plan. And so we're not talking about a detailed business plan here, but what I am urging you to do is, again, get out of your head and on paper what the vision is for your organization. What is the passion? What is the need you're trying to fill? Who is the ideal customer? What does it look like 10 years from now, 3 years from now, 1 year from now, in a very simple fashion? And so just get it out of your head and on paper, because the value is it's for your people. It's so that your people can see what's inside of your head. Yes, you're articulating the vision, but it doesn't always come through until you've really sat down and forced yourself to kind of put pen to paper, if you will, for lack of a better way of saying it. This way, then all of your people can see exactly what it is that you're saying, and it will enable you to get everyone rowing in the same direction in your organization, and you will get there faster. The second critical mistake that most entrepreneurs make during startup phase is hiring the wrong people. And so again, you are building your organization, you're experiencing some relative success, and now you need people. And so what most entrepreneurs are doing is they're moving so fast, they're just kind of throwing people at their problems. And so they're hiring their brother or their cousin or their mom or their aunt. And all of a sudden, as the organization grows, they find themselves surrounded by a bunch of people that really aren't great cultural fits. And so as I mentioned, when our clients come to us, unfortunately, we're having to unwind a lot of that. And on average, they're having to get rid of 20% of their people. And so if you want to avoid that, what I urge you to do is right up front, get clear on what your core values are, what your non-negotiables are, what your timeless guiding principles are. It's typically 3 to 7, and they stem from you. And know what those are, and don't bring anyone into your organization unless you're certain that they possess those 3 to 7 common characteristics that are vital to you. The third critical mistake is not spending enough time with your people. And so this is very common because as an entrepreneur that started your business, you have so many distractions. You're trying to build a company, you're trying to survive, and you kind of lose sight of your people. They're there and they're passionate about what you're trying to build, and they're following your orders and they're doing the work, but unfortunately, out of sight, out of mind, the circles are kind of becoming distracted because you're not spending enough time together. And there's a simple solution for this because it's vital you keep the circles connected. Because our clients, when they come to us with this one, the biggest issue they're articulating is communication. Communication, we don't know what's going on. We're not solving problems. We're not communicating with each other. And so 3 simple things here, 3 disciplines. Number 1 is meet with your people weekly. meet with your people quarterly, and meet with them one-on-one where necessary. The fourth critical mistake is not knowing who your customer is. The common mistake is you're just trying to be all things to all people. You've got your product, you've got your service, you just want to get it out to the marketplace, you want to sell a few, and so you're kind of losing sight of who your ideal customer is. The secret here is to get ahead of that, and going into your entrepreneurial leap, get really clear on who the ideal customer is for your product or your service. And that's typically defined by just deciding exactly who they are, what they are, and where they are. Get clear on the demographic of that ideal customer. Get clear on the geographic of that ideal customer, and get clear on the psychographic of your ideal customer. There is a very specific customer that is perfect for you. Psychographic just means this is how they think, this is what they appreciate. And to the degree you crystallize what that is, it will help you create a laser focus around who you're going after so that you're not taking a buckshot approach to the world, and you will actually sell more and faster and get a better bang for your buck in terms of your marketing and sales resources and dollars. The fifth critical mistake is not charging enough. And so this one is psychological, and it's so common, and it's where the entrepreneur just isn't charging enough for their product. You're worth more. And in most cases, when a startup fails, they're failing because obviously they're not generating a profit. And sometimes the difference between losing 5% and making a 5% profit, it's the difference between charging 10% more. And Dan Sullivan, one of the greatest entrepreneurial coaches of all time, has a great formula when choosing your pricing. He says, think about the number that scares you the most and then add 20%. And so with that, it is psychological, and what I see and what I've helped so many clients do is just raise fees. You almost always never miss a beat. And you've got to become more confident and make sure that you're providing value to your customers and clients. And if you are providing value to your customers and clients, then you have a right to charge what you're worth. I would also highly recommend that if you want to really understand what I mean by psychology behind pricing, because it's all in your head, I urge you to watch a great video by Casey Brown called Know Your Worth. It's a TED Talk, and it will help you understand exactly what's going on around pricing and psychology. Mistake number 6 is not staying true to your core. The common mistake here is when you start your business and the more successful you become, there are going to be a lot of distractions. Success begets success, and you're going to be distracted by a lot of shiny stuff. And it's all going to be very tempting. And I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs in the making come to me with an idea to start a business that's really 3 ideas, or they have 3 ideas that they want to start a business around, when the reality is you've got to stay focused. You've got to pick one and go. And so the discipline here is to decide what is your true core, what is that true sweet spot, and stay true to that. And as those distractions come up, you've got to be very disciplined about saying if it does not fit in our core, we've got to say no to it. And if you haven't exhausted everything in that core, there's absolutely no reason to look anywhere else. Critical mistake number 7 is not knowing your numbers. And so as an entrepreneur and with your genetic encoding, typically entrepreneurs aren't great with the numbers. And so here are 3 simple disciplines that will help you know your numbers. Number 1 is to have a scorecard. Have a scorecard that contains the 5 to 15 most important activity-based numbers that you need to be looking at every single week to assure that your vision is on track. Number 2 is monitor a monthly P&L. Again, even if you just started your business and you're literally generating $5,000 or $10,000, get in the habit on the front end of looking at a monthly P&L. It will build your financial sophistication, but you'll also see opportunities that may be the difference between success and failure. And number 3, monitor, manage, and maintain a monthly budget, projected to actual, so you're watching expenses monitoring expenses every single month. Again, even if you're generating $1,000 or $5,000 or $20,000, it's great to build these habits early on so that someday when you're at 10 million in revenue or 100 million, that discipline is already baked in. And those three disciplines will help give you a pulse on the numbers so you'll always know your numbers. Critical mistake number 8 is not crystallizing roles and responsibilities. Simply put here, when you take your entrepreneurial leap, you should have an org chart, even if it's just you. Your business has a marketing function, sales function, operations function, finance function, and if it's you starting the business, you're in all of those functions. But as the organization grows and as you add people, you want to be crystal clear on who you're adding where so that roles are crystal clear and you're not tripping all over each other. The mistake is when you find yourself throwing people in the organization to manage growth, all of a sudden ending up with 10 people that are all tripping all over each other, and it's incredibly inefficient. So know and define and crystallize roles and responsibilities right out of the chute, even if it's just you. So those were the 8 critical mistakes, and we covered those at a very high level, and we kind of touched on each one quickly. If you want a deep dive into those 8 critical mistakes, read Entrepreneurial Leap or watch all of these videos.